You know which one is the aquamarine and which one is the topaz? As we know that topaz come in different colors. However, aquamarine is just one variety of beryl. And beryl, which you probably all know, if it's green in a particular color range, it could be an emerald. In this case, aquamarine is actually the more expensive one in these two in comparison. And if I block the name, you probably hardly recognize which one is which, because I even have a hard time by just looking at it. That's why a proper scientific test is required. If you do come across any gemstone and you don't know the identity of it, please go seek out for a professional to have it tested. Let's get into it. Stone number 1. Stone number 2. The general observation. So stone number 1, as you can see, is an oval shape, oval beryllium cut. Stone number 2, on the other hand, is a round beryllium cut. Also record the color for the hue, very strongly greenish blue for both of these. They also have a very similar tone as well as saturation. As for the tone, so I will go with light. And they both have a very similar polish luster, which is vitreous. None of them has phenomenal, no fire to weak fire. Besides that, so as we all know that refractive index really sets the difference for almost all species and groups of gemstones. So this is one of the most important tests that we perform when we trying to identify. That's what we are going to start today. Let's dig in. Use monochromatic light for a sharper result. Don't forget 1.81 for the refractometer liquid. Just one drop for this case because we have very little stones. For stone number 1, let's give it a good polish on the surface so there's no grease left. And drop it on the liquid, blocking the light. It shows 1.57. Yep, this is a pretty sharp result. And don't forget to check birefringence. Know that these two are both doubly refracted gem, but the birefringence could really help you to indicate whether it's a topaz or aquamarine too. There's a 0.005 jump. Very subtle. Don't forget, when we test it, we always test at least 6 different angles. And let's go ahead and test the other 6 directions. Now we got all our angles tested. We have to find the average highest number and also the average lowest number, then the average birefringence number. 1.58 and the lowest is 1.575 and birefringence 0.05. Once you have them all, you can clean your stone thoroughly with a piece of paper and move on to stone number 2. So here I have stone number 2. Let's also give it a good clean, especially on the table, since this is where we are going to test it. Here we have a very different result. 1.62. Oh, here, look at that. Now I have 1.615, and then here we have 1.622 approximately. So that's a 0.007 jump. As for my stone number 2, 1.620. My lowest RI reading is 1.610, and my birefringence is 0.010. So now we can move on to the polariscope. With stone number 1, as we all know that after we tested the RI, both of our stones are DR, which is doubly refractive due to the birefringence. But what we are looking for is the characteristics. So besides being DR for both of them, what really sets them apart is their optical figure, which is actually sometimes very hard to find when you have a small stone like these. Now we have our little fairy wand, optical figure sphere. This is what it's called. You use this to search the optical figure to identify whether it's a biaxial gem or a uniaxial gem. So here we have stone number 1, Oh, wish me luck. So moving on, we have our pretty much last step of the identification for these two gemstones, which is magnification. So as we can see that the main difference between these two gemstones are the RI and optical characteristics. So what we do is we crossed out all the possibilities in this range. Besides all these information that I provided with the RI and optical figures, also the color, hardness, and other general observation also narrows down these two. And in this case, we didn't find any figure. The RI really is what sets them apart. However, their price could vary, especially when the quality of cut, the size, and also the color intensity, whatever their label is, I do appreciate all natural gemstones on their own. So if you do happen to struggle choosing between these two, I mean, it's your choice. So if you're interested in picking up loose gemstones, I recommend you to buy it from a verified source or go to a gem trade show. If you do find a piece of jewelry laying around in your house, you don't know what they are, and it appears to look like one of these, I recommend you to either submit your stone to GIA, or you can find a local pawn shop, jewelry shop to have it identified. Because, I mean, just look at these. I cannot tell without the proper equipment. Do not trust your eyes, trust the machines. That's the beauty of gemstones. They have different composition, refractive index. That's what makes them beautiful and unique. No matter which one you choose, I'm all with you. Like, they're gorgeous. So hope that helped. Bonne nuit.